it so expensive? Why should I spend the money on that? And that's one of those things. It's a feel that you'll pick up and you feel it right away. You can even see it from a distance. You can see how nice and shiny the frets are. You can see how well the fit and finish is. No gaps. It's nice and flush right here on the side of the guitar. Everything fits right. And so that's what we do. We make the best guitar that we can.
We're talking about the best guitar that you can. You work with a lot of artists. And that experience that you give to the artists, is that something that you pass on to your customers? Explain how you work with customers and artists.
It's basically identical. The only difference is the face or the email. A lot of these guys, the artists won't necessarily come into the shop. Some do, some don't. Sometimes I get my information in an email, and I'll build the guitar off of that. I have customers that I'll actually talk to on the phone because they want to be specific about something, and also I'll ask them questions and build the guitar exactly how they want. And so there's really no difference. A customer is a customer to me, and he might be a famous rock star, or he might be just some guy that just saved a bunch of money to buy the best guitar he can afford. And I'm going to deliver. I don't pay any favors to anybody. Every customer of mine is really important to me.
So he is the artist. He is the one he takes pride in his work, his craft. And whether it's Bono, whether it's Keith Richards, whether it's Wayne, any of us, whether it's me, he'll give me that same attention because he wants this guitar to be the best damn thing possible. So let's talk about some of the runs you've done. The Adam Clayton run. Can you go through that process, how that all came to be? I got to just stop for a second. I remember when I saw Adam playing a guitar on stage. I'm a big YouTube fan. And I'm like, it's a Fender Custom Shop guitar. A friend of mine's like, yeah, Paul Waller built that for Adam Clayton. I'm like, what?
Adam has original instruments, 66 P bass. That's his favorite. He does most of the recordings with that. It's a Sherwood Green 1966 P bass. And he loves the sound of it, but he likes the jazz bass nut width. And it's hard to find a P bass with a jazz bass nut width in the vintage market because they didn't make very many of them. So he came to us and said, it'd be cool to have some guitars for the road, maybe in some flashy sparkle finish, that have the skinny neck with the big P bass pickup, because that's what he plays most of the time. So we took apart his old guitar, we measured everything, and we measured the neck that he liked, and we made the jazz bass neck, and we made the P bass body. So he's got everything that he needed and wanted, and then he said, I want flashy sparkle color. So we made him the flashiest gold sparkle that we could find. And I had to hand mix it and spray out a bunch of different panels and send them to him, and then he approved. He's like, that's the one I want. So then I brought it back to the shop, and now we have all these guitars, and then we spray all the guitars the same mix of the sample. And that was the Adam Clayton P bass that came out of the custom shop. Those of you that have seen it know that it's got the abalone block inlays on the maple neck, so it's a little bit different. The gold sparkle, and all the pickups were hand wound by Abby, because that was an older run when Abby was still there. And it's a great sounding bass.
So you also worked with Bono. He originally had the large Gretsch signature model, and he needed to downsize. Talk about that process.
He had wanted something lighter for his back. His back was back surgery. And he has a Gretsch Irish Falcon, I believe it's called. It's his signature model. He wanted something that was kind of like that, but really light and a telly. So I just kind of took it upon myself. My only requirements were make it green with the gold hardware and make it light. And I took it upon myself just to take a telly and hog out the whole body. Just left enough material for the edge and some pickups and a bridge. and dressed up the guitar just like his signature model. I even surprised him with his signature inlay on the 12th fret and a matching pickguard to his signature model, which says the goal is soul. So I had to make a little shrunk down pickguard and send it out for engraving so that it would match his signature model. And so when he got the guitar, he was stoked. And then I didn't really hear much about it. A couple weeks later, somebody sends me a photo off the internet. He played it at a show, and he's got this like big smile on his face, and he's playing the guitar and he's rocking it. And I was like, wow, that's cool. You know, still even after doing this for such a long time, it's still a treat to see something like that.
Let's talk about what you're doing right now. Talk about the process. What do you do when you're restringing the guitar?
Every time I set up a guitar, set the neck first. So a lot of people go to the bridge first, but I set the neck first.
Why is that?
Because I want to get the guitar locked in where I want it to play, adjust everything, and then the last thing I'm going to do is put the springs on and adjust the claw, because once I set the bridge where I want it and set everything up, then I know I can just add the spring, adjust the claw, and get it to pitch again, and it's right where I want. It's not going to change. So this is pretty typical of how you would set up a vintage Strat.